Good morning, beautiful people. How y'all doing this morning? It's going to be a great day today. It's going to be a great week. It's so good to be back here live and ready to teach on a subject matter that I believe is so important. This one is big, y'all. This one is big. And so please, please, please stay stuck on today's talk, man. Today's talk is going to help some people. Today's talk is going to help some people. It's going to help some people, y'all. And so I believe strongly that we have the power and the ability to really make some adjustments that makes for better. Okay, for better. So this morning we're kicking off a new teaching series. It's going to be really something for you to think about. It's going to be, as you wake up this morning, I just want you to declare this. The 9th day of September, I want to get better in every area of my life. You're joining me this morning because you want to get better in every area of your life. If that's you, put that in the comment section for me. Before I continue this talk, I want to hear how many of you are committed to getting better in every area of your life. I'm talking about finances. I'm talking about health. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about every aspect of your life. Listen, nothing missing, lacking, or broken. If that's you, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Listen, man, I want to hear from you this morning. This topic this morning is going to be really good. It's going to be one of those ones that's going to push you to think. Okay, it's going to push you to think. I want to get better in every area of my life. Whenever you think effective living, you think improvement. Whenever you think effective living, you think about the journey to becoming the person you're capable of becoming. Okay, the journey of becoming the person you're capable of becoming. So this morning, I want to dive into a subject that I found to be one that's very, very seldomly looked at, and it's called breaking free. What's this? Breaking free from self-deception. Breaking free from self-deception. So this morning, I want you to get this in your head, get it in your spirit. I want you to claim it. I am committed to getting better in every area of my life. As a parent, as an entrepreneur, as an employee, as a citizen, as a husband, come on, as a friend, as a son, as a brother, I'm committed to getting better every area of my life. Now, here's the deal. I'm not doing that to stress myself out. I'm not doing that to compete with anybody. I'm doing that because I want, when it's all said and done, that I would have given my best to humanity, maximizing my potential, becoming all that I was capable of being. So breaking free from self-deception. Self-deception. I'm reading a book this month. It's called Leadership Self-Deception. But I thought leadership for me starts with self. And I thought, why not give a talk to your effective living ambassadors about this whole idea of self-deception? So I wrote this down. Okay, self-deception is a subtle yet powerful boundary that living life effectively will find itself not being something you're able to do well. It occurs when we convince ourselves. Listen to the key word, Miss Cynthia. Listen to the key word, Pastor Claire. It says it occurs when we convince ourselves of something untrue or ignore uncomfortable facts. Oh, that's strong. Oh, I don't know if y'all feel that like I feel that this morning. Listen, have you ever found yourself wanting to listen, Linda? How many of you have ever found yourself not wanting to address uncomfortable truths? So you ignore this. Here's a couple of things I found that we have to get really good at. Number one, avoiding, watch this, we got to get good at looking into this, leaning into it, asking ourselves, listen, I don't want to be self-deceived. Okay, self-deceive. In other words, this is me hurting me, and it's nobody else. Oh man, listen, Lynette. There comes this time you got to look at yourself and you got to say, is it me that's hurting me, that's stopping me from becoming the person I need to be? Most people don't realize self-deception starts very early in our lives. Okay, self-deception is reinforced by a number of other reasons. And if you're not careful, and if you're not aware of what we're going to be talking about this week, and if you're not willing to address the elephant in the room, the skeleton in the closet, you'll never be free. You'll never be free. So here's the deal when it comes to self-deception. We're talking about breaking free from self-deception. Can I be deceiving myself? Is that not true? You think, well, I can eat whatever I want to eat, and ain't nothing wrong, man. I can spend however I want to spend. You know what I mean? You know what? Guess what, buddy? Everybody else is bad. Everybody else is wrong. No, man, listen, those people are out there are messed up. I'm not messed up. Those people are messed up. Boy, I'm going to talk about telltale signs of people who are highly involved in self-deception. And here's what I'm saying. I'm looking in myself in this season. I'm saying, boy, Ricardo, you've been messed up for a long time. You have been messed up for a long time. And a lot of times we keep telling ourselves lies. We keep telling ourselves, because that's what self-deception is. Self-deception is you lying to you. Write that down. Put that in your journal. Self-deception is you lying to you. And what you have to do is you got to tell yourself, I'm not lying to myself. I'm not lying. Listen, I will be 49 years old, God's willing, next month. Almost a half a century, man. And I'm telling you, there comes a time in your life you got to tell yourself, I am not lying to myself. I am not lying to myself. And so if I got issues, I got issues. I'm going to come clean with those issues. And I believe someone is assigned to assist me with those issues. Pastor Claire, you will like this. Here's what I found lately to be one of my new revelatory statements that owns my mind. And I'm baffled that. And it is this. Most people don't even know how to use help. I've been saying that a lot lately. Most people don't know how to embrace help. Most people don't know how to use help. Most people. We have customer service, and we don't know how to call customer service and utilize the services of customer service without being frustrated. We have guidance counselors department at schools that will walk us through the process of helping us with our children, and most people don't know how to use that. We have community policing. Listen, guys, people who are assigned in the city to help us to feel more safe and to be more engaged. We got so much, but most people don't know how to use help. So here's what I want you to look at and ask yourself and really be a little bit more aligned with making sure you're addressing this. Number one, avoiding responsibilities. Avoiding responsibility, okay? Self-deception often leads us to avoid accountability, blaming others or circumstances for our challenges instead of taking ownership. Okay, so we're blaming others for circumstances. Well, boy, the blame game is real. The blame game is real. Can I say that again? The blame game is real. Okay, and you got to ask yourself, how much of my life I've been just blaming? I've just been blaming. Yes, stuff happens. Yes, some unreasonable stuff. What we all have to accept is that we are not in control of everything. Okay? We are not in control of everything. But here's the deal. Here's the takeout. We're not in control of everything that happens to us, but we are in control of how we respond to those things. Let me say it again. We're not in control of everything that happens to us, but we are most certainly very much in control of our response. I'm in control of my response. Write that down. Can I get about 5 of you to declare that this morning? I'm in control of my response. So you ain't going to cause me lose my religion. You're not going to cause me to lose my mind. You're not going to cause me to act the fool. Come on. I need somebody to get me. Avoiding responsibility. I have a responsible role to play in my response. Let me say it again. I have a responsible role in my response. So I have to control my response. I have to control my response. It's somebody said, well, how come you're not freaking out? Because I was talking to my son the other day and I said to him, I said, son, you got to look at everything like this. What do you have control over? That's number one. If you don't have no control over it, don't lose your mind over it. Let me say it again. If you have no this traffic is driving me crazy. These people on this island is driving me crazy. When I watch the news, the people driving me crazy. How much of that do you have control over? How much of that you have control? What you don't have control over, don't lose your mind over. Write that down. Let me get you with this. What you don't have control over, don't lose your mind over. What the devil wants to do is he wants to kill, steal, and destroy most of us by us giving attention to what we have no control over. You ain't got no control over a lot of things, and you're losing your mind over them. The devil is a liar. It stops today. It stops today. You will never live life effectively if you're constantly trying to stay focusing on things you have no control over. Okay, so we're dealing with this whole concept of breaking free from self-deception. If you're in denial, it's going to be very difficult to get help. If you're in denial, it's going to be very difficult to get help. A lot of men struggle with this. A lot of men struggle with this whole concept of realizing they're in a bad place, but they won't say they're in a bad place. I'm here to tell you, when you follow Coach Ricardo Miller, I'm a realist, and I'm telling you, put it all on the table. You say, well, I feel bad. Well, you know what? I'm 48 years old. I'll be 49 next month. And I'm too old to be talking about I feel bad. I am now mature enough to come clean. I'm now mature enough to be honest with myself. Honesty starts with me in order for me to be free. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Honesty starts with me in order for me to be free. When you see people blaming everybody else but themselves and taking responsibility for what they are supposed to take responsibility for, I'm telling you, it's going to be hard to help them. Self-deception often leads to us avoiding accountability, often blaming others for circumstances and challenges instead of taking ownership. I have some responsibility I have to take control of. Okay? I have some responsibility I have to take responsibility for. Number two, guys, resisting growth. Resisting growth. Self-deception would have you to say what you're embracing is okay because you don't want to grow. Growth will require that you change, and you don't want to change. You don't want to change. You have been telling yourself what you've been doing is okay, and you know what you're doing is not okay, but you're so caught up on fitting in. You're so caught up in staying the same. You're so caught up in not evolving beyond your comfort level that growth is not one of the things you are looking at. You want better, but you want better by a wish and a luck and a prayer. Okay? You want it by a wish, a luck, and a prayer. You don't want to do the work. Somebody say, well, you know, I really need to take control of my health. How about start drinking water? But I don't like drinking water. How about start exercising? I don't like exercising. How about stop making excuses? Well, you know, that's just who I am. I've always been this way. Okay, move on, Ricardo. So when we deceive ourselves, we stay stuck in unhealthy patterns. Okay, resisting change necessary for personal growth. Unhealthy patterns. I know I shouldn't be eating this, but I'm still eating it. I know I should get up and exercise, but I'm still not exercising. I know I should get up out of bed, but I still don't get up out of bed. I know I shouldn't be spending this kind of money, but I'm still spending this kind of money. Let me tell you something. I am Ricardo Miller, okay? I don't have a middle name. Okay, I'm Ricardo Miller, and I am coming honest and I'm coming clean with myself. And I'm saying, boy, you have deceived yourself for a while. Now, here's the deal. Shame on the person who has deceived you. And a lot of us get mad at the person who deceived us. But whenever you say, listen to me, whenever you say people always treat me like this, you got to ask yourself, what is it that you're choosing not to pay attention to? Ms. Roslyn, did you hear that? Whenever you say people always treat me like this, what is it that you are constantly avoiding, choosing not to acknowledge? The reason why I use the statement about growth and the important role of growth in our lives, because if you say, Jamal, I'm committed to growing in every area of your life, here's what that's going to do. That's going to push you outside of your comfort zone. If you say, I'm committed to growing in every area of your life, you got to get to the point where you start looking, why am I not moving beyond this particular struggle? Could it be self-deception? Oh, I'm good. How many people, Jesus Christ, Lord, help us this morning. How many people you ask them, how are you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored. But they are stressed out beyond measure. They don't even like anybody around them. They can't get along with themselves. They're like depressed. They're like broke. They're like frustrated. You got to get to the point where you say, hold on. So this week, every morning this week, I want you to spend some time with Coach Miller, and we're gonna dive in a little bit, because I'm really into helping people to move beyond where they find themselves stuck or limited. I believe there's always room for improvement. The people who aren't interested in improving, they don't follow me. The people who are interested in an improvement, we're growing together. We're doing this thing together. So number one, look at this whole avoiding responsibility. Watch people who don't want to take responsibility for being broke, who don't want to take responsibility for not developing a social circle, who don't want to take responsibility for what they eat, who don't want to take responsibility for their spiritual development. There's some people blame the church for their spiritual development. People blame the city for their environment to which they live in. People blame the schools for how their children are raised. People blame the blaming game. And I'm saying at some point, you got to tell yourself, okay, I've made some mistakes in the past. I could have done better. I'm not going to beat myself up for what I've done in the past. I'm not going to hold that on me such in a way that it becomes a weight that I can't move on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come clean. This is the season for me to come clean. This is the season for me to be honest, not to pout, but to revolve around this growth idea. I can't grow where I'm not willing to be honest. Okay? Let me say it again. I can't grow where I'm not willing to be honest. Last but not least, living in denial. We're talking about breaking free from self-deception. Self-deception keeps us in denial. May the Lord help us all. May the Lord help us all. Avoiding the truth about our situations, our emotions, relationships, which prevents us from solving real problems. Some of us are difficult. I remember when I met Karen, she'll tell you this. I told her, I said, listen, this time around, I'm about to get married again. I want to be in love with her forever. But I said, Miss Johnson, you're going to like this. I said, I'm a lot. Did you hear me just now? Lynette, did you hear me just now? I told my wife, she told me too. She's a lot, I'm a lot, we're both a lot, and we're going to learn how to love each other, for we are a lot. Okay? I'm a lot. You know the statement, he's a lot? Yes. I have taken claim of that, Miss Cynthia. I'm a lot. Okay? And so here's the deal. I had to realize, hold on. Not only am I a lot, I had to start looking at, am I difficult? And in some parts, I'm difficult. I'm not easy to get along with. You need to be a special person to do life with me. Okay? So here's the deal. Someone is assigned to you. Someone is assigned to me. But if you're not honest and you're in denial, you'll try to be what you're not. And they'll try to be what they're not. And then one day you're going to wake up and you say, I'm tired of faking it. I'm tired of faking it. I just want to be me. What do you mean you just want to be you? Who were you prior to? Who were you prior to? Okay, listen, I'm here today to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to tell you, you have to tell yourself, I'm not living in denial. I enjoy life. I like the concept of getting better with age. I've been saying that for more than 20 years. I like the concept of faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. I believe you can have it all. I have heard people say, Jamal, you can't have it all. I say, I don't want you to be my friend. I don't want to even have you close to me because I believe, according to your faith, be it done unto you. If we can get a man on the moon, Lynette, if we can get a man on the moon, and if we can build a city in the desert called Las Vegas, Ricardo Miller can have faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun all doing well to the glory of God. But if you have a mind that is built around this whole concept, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, I don't know why in the world it's my cake and I can't eat it too. So self-deception keeps us in denial. Okay? You don't want to accept the truth. Do you know how many people don't realize, boy, this job isn't working for me? This food isn't working for me. This paycheck isn't working for me. This neighborhood isn't working for me. These people isn't working for me. I mean, this environment isn't working for me. Do you know how many people, the way they read doesn't work for them? The way they watch TV isn't working for them. The way they rest isn't working for them. You got to figure out what's working for you. Okay? You got to figure out what's working for you. So self-deception keeps us in denial, avoiding truth about situations, emotions, how you feel. Some people don't know how they feel. Wow. Some people are afraid to address how they feel. Where are you in regards to relationships? I don't have any friends. People don't allow me to be myself, so I don't have any friends. Why is friendship based on people and not you? Why is it that you don't have any friends and you're claiming it's a people issue? It's not a people's issue. We're going to be back here this week to talk more about this. Recognizing and addressing self-deception is essential for anybody who is thriving to live effectively. It requires, write these words down quickly as we close this talk out. Ask yourself. It requires honesty. We're going to talk more about that this week. It requires introspection. You going in, write these words down: honesty, introspection, and a willingness to face the truth and nothing but the truth. So help us God, right? And let me tell you something. Sometimes the truth is ugly. Sometimes the truth is ugly. I found out that most of my problems in life came from me. Most of my problems in life came from me. So embracing reality is the first step to true personal growth and fulfillment. True personal growth and fulfillment. If you want to be free, and everybody, you know what? I want to be free. I want to be free. You're not going to be free when you're choosing, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be free when you're choosing not to address something called self-deception. You're out of control with your money. You're out of control with your attitude. You're out of control with your emotions. You're out of control when it comes to the way you think. Your mind's messed up. Your mind's messed up. And you got to get to this point where you start to realize, okay, that's the truth. Now, what do I need to do to fix that? Because I'm not going to stay bound to my emotions. I'm not going to stay bound to my spending habits. I'm not going to stay bound to my eating habits. I'm not going to stay bound to my limited perspective. Do you know? Oh, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm out of time. Do you know how many of us keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result? What's that called? Ladies and gentlemen, what's that called? Put it in the comment section as we close this out. How many of us, week in and week out, we find ourselves doing the same thing and expecting a different result? What is that called? Come on, put it in the comment section. It's called insanity. And I know you don't want anybody to call you insane, but it's called insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And I'm telling you, you got to start looking at yourself and asking yourself, am I doing the work to break free from self-deception? I'll be back tomorrow diving into this because I'm starting on me and I'm assisting those around me. So hopefully God can be glorified. Have a great day, guys. Share this with somebody if you think it's a great message for the world. Bye-bye.